guys, it's Dani from Dani the Horse Girl, and today we are going to be talking about coronavirus and horses. So, let's go. So as some of you guys might know already, the 2020 Meadows Horse Fair has been canceled due to COVID-19 or the coronavirus. And so it's a huge disappointment. I was super excited to meet all you guys and to bring Doc and Diego there and just to be there in general. I was just super excited to do all that. But I do understand public health and safety and all that jazz, so it's totally understandable. We also won't be going to Florida because my mom works in healthcare and she wants to stick around here just in case anything happens and to help out. So when we were in Florida, we were going to go to the horse racers and do all that jazz and stuff, and I was excited for that. And then we were also going to be fishing most of the time when we were there. So that's kind of sad that we weren't going to go, but it is what it is. So we don't know what's going to happen with upcoming events like the cattle jackpot. They haven't really said anything about the cattle jackpot. We don't know if it's going to be canceled or not, so I'm concerned about that. And also rodeo, I don't know what's going to happen with that either. And fairs I think are still going to go, but we'll see when it happens. So we're at Bristol Horsemanship right now. I just got done riding Diego and Muffin. So I'm going to be talking to Dr. Leah, our vet, about how the coronavirus affects horses. This is Dr. Leah Reid, and today we are going to be explaining coronavirus and how horses affects them. Can horses get the coronavirus?
No. No. It's a different virus completely. The human coronavirus is called just that, the human coronavirus, because it affects humans. So no, horses cannot get the human coronavirus.
So why are people vaccinating themselves with the bovine cattle vaccinations?
So at the end of the day, I can't explain why a lot of people do what they do, but I guess the simple explanation would be fear, right? It is absolutely not a safe thing to do to administer a cow vaccine to yourself. Please don't do that. That is unsafe. That is a vaccine that is specifically labeled for cattle and not for human use. You can make yourself very sick by doing that. There is absolutely no benefit to you as a human to administer a cow vaccine into your system. So no, please stop. No.
So what is the difference between the coronavirus that cattle and horses can get and the one that humans can get?
Yeah, that's a great question. And molecular virology is kind of a complicated thing, but the end of the story is that they are two separate viruses. We cannot get the cow corona, like it doesn't pass back and forth to one another. That's not how that works, and that's also why the cow vaccine isn't going to work for you. So it's also true that there are other species that have their own coronavirus, and again, that's not something that we can get from them. So it's ultimately not safe to.
Where are you going, Diego?
It's like away from here. She stopped feeding me treats. It's ultimately not a safe thing to have fear against cows or any other animal that has their own coronavirus. It's not a good idea. Like, you can continue doing your normal things because that's not how those viruses work.
So why is there a vaccine for cattle but not for horses?
Because cows are not horses. Is the short answer. That they're different creatures, they have different immune systems, they get different diseases. So they're different creatures, they have different diseases, different things that affect them. So in cows, in cattle, we have a vaccine for that to help prevent disease in animals, whereas horses don't get that. So there's a lot of other vaccines that we should be vaccinating horses for, but coronavirus is not one of them.
are some things that we should be vaccinating our horses for coming up springtime?
Perfect question. So this is absolutely something that is important for horses, and it is also important, you know, to just the whole equine community, right? Things that we should be vaccinating horses for, particularly this time of year. You know, we're coming into spring season. You know, we have our main deadly viruses in horses. Okay, so we have triple E, WEE, tetanus, West Nile, rabies are the core vaccines that every horse should get. That is the minimum that every horse should get. Other vaccines, depending on exposure and what you're doing with your horse, where that horse is traveling. Other vaccines include flu, include rhino, include strangles, depending on the area and what you're doing, then Potomac. So there's a lot of vaccines, and that's why it's important to have a conversation with your veterinarian and about what you're doing with your horse, so we can come up with a appropriate vaccination plan for your horse depending on what you're doing. So a lot of the things that we're vaccinating horses for, those core vaccines, it's important to do that because those are very, very contagious, and those are deadly viruses that horses can get. So just like the coronavirus, that they can be spread very easily from horse to horse, or through vectors like mosquitoes, thereby, you know, from horse to horse via a mosquito. These viruses are deadly. They are not treatable. It is a very scary thing. So it is very important to vaccinate them to give them the best, most protective immunity. Triple E is a thing. Talk to a number of people that have had horses that have had to be euthanized as a result of that virus to know just how horrible it is. West Nile is also a very deadly thing. We worry about that in people as well, but you cannot get West Nile from your horse. Horses are a dead-end host, but it is a thing that we need to protect ourselves for, so we vaccinate horses to try and reduce the amount of virus that's out there in circulation.
In the end, horses can't get human coronavirus, and don't vaccinate yourself with the bovine coronavirus vaccine. It's not a good idea.
Bad.
Very bad.
Thank you to Dr. Reid for sharing all this amazing info with us.
You're very welcome.
Make sure you guys comment down below if any of your shows have been canceled due to the coronavirus. Comment down below if you love Muffin. Cat is so bad. But seriously though, comment down below if you love Muffin, because who doesn't love her? She's so cute. Okay, we got 4 minutes, that's good. So guys, that was my video for this week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram and TikTok at Dani the Horse Girl. So, we'll see you guys next time. Bye. I could film this, I don't want to do that though right now. Bye. Maybe out. Okay, 5 minutes, perfect 5 minutes, okay. We should be good.